Hello, I welcome you to today's lesson. My name is Paul Williams of Virginia. Okay, so today we have science. Science for basic 3. If you are in basic 3, this lesson is for you. Today we are looking at strand 2, cycles. So under strand 2, we have substrand 1, earth science, the indicator. Describe the properties of air. So today we are going to describe the properties of what? Air. Our topic is this: properties of what? Air. Properties of air. Properties of air. All of you, properties of air. So that is what we are looking at today. Okay. Now, these are keywords that we will see in the lesson or in the textbook. So we have the first one, breathe. Do you understand breathe? Yes, it's a verb. So breathe in, out. So breathe, that is that. Okay, so mixture too is about two or more things that have been put together, that have been mixed. That is mixture. Wind, all of you, wind. The next word is storm. And then we have breeze. All of you, breeze. So we will look at this. We shall see the meaning of this as we continue. So let's go over again. This is breathe, mixture, wind, storm, breeze. Okay, so as I said, we are looking at what? Properties of what? Air. Properties of what? Air. Okay. Who does not breathe air? Every human being breathes air. Plants and animals also breathe air. If you do not breathe air, you will die. Let us try to answer these questions. So we are saying that plants, animals, human beings, we all need air because we breathe. Plants breathe air, animals also breathe, human beings, we also breathe. Now the question is, what is air? Where does air come from? Can you see or touch air? What shows that there is air in this place? Where you are sitting, what shows that there is air over there? Okay, so now we are going to look at the answers. The first one is, what is air? This is the answer. Air is a mixture of what? Gases. So it means that different gases come together to form what? Air. So a mixture of gases form what? Air. So if you are asked what an air is, the answer that you should provide is that air is a mixture of what? Gases. Meaning there are different what? Gases that come together to form air. And that is what we are breathing in and out. Okay. So the next question is, where does air come from? Air is available everywhere. So wherever you go, there is air. It's available wherever you go. It's everywhere. Okay. So the next question, can you see or touch air? Now let's look at the answer. We cannot see or touch air, but we can feel it. Yes, we can't use our eyes to see air. We can also touch air. But anytime air is blowing, we can feel it. We can feel air when it's what? Blowing. Okay, so let's look at the next question. What shows that there is air in this place? So air moves things or blow things like paper, books, dresses, leaves of what? Plants, handkerchiefs, and the rest. So what shows that there is air here? What you breathe in and what you breathe out shows that there is air. Because if there is no air, you cannot breathe in something. The air that is outside, that is what you breathe in. So that alone is an indication or is a sign that there is air at where you are and there is air here. So far as I'm able to breathe in, it means there is air that I'm what? There's air here that I'm breathing in. Okay. And we also know that the things around us, our papers, our books, our dresses, leaves of what? Plants, handkerchiefs, sometimes you see them moving here and there. And they happen as a result of what? Air. So when the air blows, it can just carry anything that has light weight. It can carry it away. Okay. Now, we saw this word, wind. What is it at all? Moving air is called wind. Moving air is called wind. So anytime you hear about wind, it means air that is what? Moving. Very good. The next one is what? Breeze. Breeze. We also saw this word at the beginning of the lesson. A gentle wind is called what? Breeze. A gentle wind is called what? Breeze. So when you hear or anytime you see breeze, we are talking about wind. A gentle what? Wind. That is called what? Breeze. Okay, so the next one is what? Storm. What is storm? Please, storm, we are not talking about a drink or storm. We are talking about air. So a strong wind is called what? Storm. A strong wind is called what? Storm. So air will give us wind, wind will give us breeze, and then wind will also what? Give us what? Storm. So this is what you should know. We have wind, which is what? Moving air. We have breeze, which is what? A gentle moving what? Wind. And we have a strong moving wind, which is called what? Storm. Okay, now let's look at these pictures. These are plants. Look at the leaves. The leaves are all blowing towards one direction, meaning air is moving them towards that direction. So air blows things like leaves of plants. Let's come here. Yes, one day, I know you find yourself here. You'll be flying to different countries. This is going to the United States. So very soon, this place or this means of transport will be the one that you will be using. Okay, so you see the aeroplane. This is an aeroplane. It uses what? Air before it can what? Move. It needs air before it can move. So these are some of the importance or uses of what? Air. So this also shows that air is everywhere. Wherever there is an aeroplane, it means there is what? Air. Okay, now the next thing that we are looking at is what? Properties of air. All of you, properties of what? Air. What makes air special from others? Other matter or other state of matter. We have liquid, solid, and what? Gas. Air is what? Is gas. So what are the things that make air special? Now the first one, we are saying that air has weight. Are you aware of that? That air has weight. The thing that we cannot see, we cannot touch, it still has what? Weight. Now let's look at something here. You see this? This is A, this is B. So here, the diagram, we have balloon filled with what? Air. Another balloon filled with what? Air. So you see them, they are all hung. Because they are all filled with what? The same amount of air. Look at the position. You see, it is well balanced. When you come here, there is a balloon here, there is another one here. This one, there is no air in it. This one, there is air in it. But look at it. The balancing, this and this, are they the same? No. Because this one, because there is no air, there is no weight in it. That's why this side has gone up. Here, this balloon has what? Air in it, so there is weight in it. And because of that, it has come down. It's pulling this one down. Have you seen it? So what we are saying is that this shows that air has what? Weight. Air has weight. Air is heavy. If you compare these two, you see that this is heavy because it contains what? Air. This is light because it has no air in it. So we are saying that air has what? Weight. Air has weight. So this is a demonstration that air has what? Weight. You can try this in the house or in school and you see that yes, air has weight. The next property is that air occupies what? Space. Air occupies what? Space. Wherever there is space, you see air over there. Now let's look at this balloon, A and B. This one is full of what? There is no air in this one. So the space inside the balloon is being filled with what? Air. So air can occupy space. Wherever there is space, air can what? Occupy that space. Here, there is no air in it. So this shows that air can occupy space. Now let's come to question number 3. This is another property of air. Air pulls and pushes what? Objects. Air pulls and what? Pushes objects. So air can push something. It can also pull what? Something. Now if you look at this picture, this is a tree, this is a tree. The tree has been uprooted by what? Air. So sometimes when it is raining, you see that trees will be falling and our houses will be ripped off, all by what? Air. So you see air can push something, air can also pull up something. Okay, so you see what air has done to the tree. When you come here, look at the roofing sheet. This side is removed because of what? Air. Okay, so we are saying that air what? Air pulls and pushes objects. Air can push objects, air can what? Pull objects. That is another property of air. Now, air supports burning. Air supports burning. So if you are burning something and then you fan it, you see it gives more air, and that also helps the burning to what? To go on the way you want it. So we are saying that air supports what? Burning. If you want to burn something, you need air. In fact, air supports burning. That is why in the house, when our mothers are preparing food on coal pot, the charcoal, they will ask us to fan it. So the more you fan it, you see, the more the fire will be burning. So this is an example. Air support burning. Now number 5, this is another property of air. Air is made up of different gases. In the beginning, I explained to you that air is a mixture of what? Gases. So here we are saying that air is made up of different what? Gases. Air contains oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other gases. Humans and animals breathe in oxygen, but plants breathe in carbon dioxide. Humans and animals breathe out carbon dioxide, but plants breathe in or breathe out what? Oxygen. So you should know that the air that we are talking of is made up of different what? Gases. We have oxygen in it, we have carbon dioxide in it. Plants use what? Carbon dioxide. Animals. And then human beings, we also use what? Oxygen. So this is what you should know. They are all parts of the air that we breathe in and out. So what we breathe in, the body uses the oxygen and gives out what? Carbon dioxide. In the case of human beings and animals. But in the case of plants, the oxygen comes out and the carbon dioxide is being used by what? By plants. Okay, so if you look at this picture, this is a boy. He breathes in oxygen and breathes out what? Carbon dioxide. This is a plant. The plant takes in what? Carbon dioxide and give us what? Oxygen. So that is that. Different gases that make up air are oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, water vapor. So the gases that come together to form air, they are here. So in an exam or wherever you go, if you are asked to give gases or examples of gases that come together to form air, you should know that what we breathe in is one. We breathe in oxygen. What we breathe out is another gas, which is what? Carbon dioxide. Apart from that, we have nitrogen. It's a gas. We have water vapor. It's also a gas. And they all come together to form what we call air. Now we are looking at uses of what? Air. Uses of what? Air. What are the uses of air? This one, I hope you can give more examples or more answers. What are the uses of air? Number 1, we breathe air. Who doesn't breathe air? Every living thing breathes what? Air. I breathe air, you too breathe air. You can't tell me that the whole day I have not breathed. There is no way. Yes, so every day, every minute, every second we breathe. So one of the uses is that we breathe air. The next one is that it is used for what? Drying things. So we use air to dry things. Sometimes in the night, you wash and then you hang it at the window side. The following day or in the morning, you wake up and you check that the thing that you washed in the night has what? Dried. There was no sun, but the air has what? Dried it. Okay. Air support burning. So air is used when you are burning something. If you are burning something and you want it to burn fast, just apply air to it and it will what? It will burn faster for you. The next one is that it helps aeroplanes what? To move. It helps aeroplanes what? To move. So aeroplanes can move and move faster if we have air there. Air is used to fill lorry tires and what? Balloons. Let's look at this beautiful girl. What do you think she's doing? Yes, she's what? Inflating the balloon. She's filling the balloon with what? Air. So we use air to fill lorry tires. We use air to fill balloons. You see, if a car, the tire of a car is deflated, it can't move. So air is so important. We use it to fill lorry tires and what? Balloons. Now the next one is that air is used to clean what? Dirt. Air is used to clean dirt. There are some places you go, they use air to blow what? Dust and dirt away. Some machines, you don't use broom to clean them. They use air. They blow air into it and then the dust, everything will come out. So we use air to clean what? Dirt or remove dirt. Okay, so another activity here. In groups of 4 learners, explain how you can make more air enter into the classroom. Now, in the classroom, what can you do to ensure that there is more air or more air will come into the room? The things that you can do, yes, you open the windows, you open the doors. You get it? You open the windows and you open what? The doors. And it will allow more air to come into the classroom or into your room. Now in summary, we are saying that air is a mixture of what? Gases. Do you remember that I said air is a mixture of gases? And do you know the type of gases that come together to form air? We talk of oxygen, we talk of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and then water vapor. These are some of the what? Gases that come together to form what? Air. And then we said that we cannot see or touch air, but we can feel it. Air cannot be seen with our eyes, and we can't touch it like this. As I'm touching or holding this, no one can hold air or touch it, but we can feel it. Okay, so air has properties. One of them is that it has mass, weight, it can occupy space, it supports burning, it pulls or pushes objects, and contains different gases. So these are some of the properties of air. In exams, or if you are asked to give properties of air, we have mentioned them. Somebody was just burning something. The person is air. Aeroplane is moving. So, you know, air has weight. Air is a mixture, it's made up of what? Different gases. You see, so these are the properties that we talked of. It can occupy space, it can pull, air can pull or push what? Objects, air support burning, and the rest. This one too is made up of what? Different gases. So we have talked about what? Properties of air, uses of air, what air is. You should also know that we mentioned wind, we mentioned storm, we mentioned breeze. Take notice of these 3 terms. They are all forms of what? Air. Okay. Now, so we are saying that humans, animals, and plants cannot live without air. In fact, you cannot live without air. I cannot also live without air. Plants around can also live without what? Air. Meaning, living things need air what? To live. Living things, we need air to survive. We are bringing our lesson to a close, but before we close the lesson, let's look at the exercises that we have. We have exercise 1. So underline the correct answer. So we have 5 questions here. Exercise 2, state whether these statements are true or false. So 5 questions there. We have exercise 3. Look at the questions. This is part of the exercise. Exercise 4 is here. We have home assignment 1, and then we have home assignment 2. Now, home assignment 1 and 2, let me read the 2. Question 1. Explain why every house has doors and windows. So you know our questions are more of application. So you apply the knowledge that you have acquired. Why is it that every house has doors and windows? Why do you think your room, there are doors there, there are windows there? The house, there are doors and what? Windows. So explain why wet clothes in a room get dry. Why wet clothes in a room get dry. Okay, so these are some exercises that you are expected to do. This is your home assignment too. I expect you to answer this and then you show it to your class teacher. I know your class teacher will help you. If there are mistakes, he or she will help you to understand it perfectly. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. If you have questions, feel free, go to the comment section and then put your questions there. I'll look at it and reply you. And moreover, I'm encouraging you to share this platform, the link, to other friends, other people, that they should visit this site and watch these videos for educational purposes. In fact, this is being taught in the classroom. Everything here is being taught in the classroom. So this is an opportunity to learn from the internet. Okay, as I mentioned my name is Paul Williams Ofori Senior. Bye bye.